You know, the journey of life is one that I believe that we cannot go alone without God. I truly believe that over the past few years of my life here on earth, I've come to realize that we cannot actually go on this journey without God. Welcome to this month, and I'm so glad to host you to Oluwatomi's Speak podcast. And trust me, today we're going to be looking at a topic, right, that I call the G factor. And with the G factor, of course, it is God. And let's just say the dependent, that is someone that you totally depend on. And depending on God is not as if you are weak, it's actually a sign that you totally submit to Him. So this month, we're going to be looking at the G factor of God. And just like I said, putting God in everything in life is not a stressful. It's not something that is big, but then it is actually you going on a safe route. I cannot even imagine a world without God in it. I cannot imagine a world having you not having God as the one leading you. Just before I gave my life to Christ, I sort of understand what that means. Then having to give my life to Christ now, I also have the understanding of what it means for you to go in this journey of life with God. There's something that I'm trying to sort of get an answer for. It feels like everyone is saying this, everyone is saying that, and then it just dawned on me, right? Just yesterday, I'm like, I was in the kitchen, and then it dawned on me that wait, this thing that is actually going on, I'm not sure I've spoken to God about it. I'm not sure. Maybe I've prayed about it and all of that, right? But then I wanted a conversation. I'm not sure I've had that conversation with God. And then that yesterday, in that moment, in that kitchen, right, I just told God about it. Now, it's not as if I've gotten an answer for it, right? But then there's this rest, there's this assurance that I've told Him about it. So I'm covered, I'm not alone. So you see, we have that safe place. It's not a stressful, it's a safe route, it's a safe space. So we have that safe space in God. And really, trust me, God cannot fail. That's one thing I've come to realize again. So I've told Him about it, right? So I trust Him to carry me, even if I don't know how it's going to turn out. So when we say the G factor, we are referring to God as the main determinant of everything and as the anchor of everything in life. And as the anchor of everything. And it's so beautifully known that God is interested in us coming to Him, is interested in us relying on Him, is interested in us putting our all on Him so that He can carry us. Like, that is just so profound. And funny how with this understanding, right, so many persons still don't rely on God. They don't see God as that G factor, as that dependence, as that person that they can depend on. They don't see Him as the determinant of everything in life. And today I'm going to show you why you should include God in your journey, why you should include the G factor in your journey. And I would love to hear from you. Why do you think you need God in your journey? I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Anyway, you're listening to this on YouTube, on Spotify, probably you saw it on Instagram. Anyway, I would love to hear from you. Why do you think you need God in your journey? So I have about 5 things that I want to share with us why I think we need God in our journey. The first, because He is the beginning and the ending. So what am I trying to say? Is the person that started everything. Is the person that has the end of everything. So which means that He knows what is going to happen from the beginning. He knows what will happen in the middle. He knows what will happen at the end. He's aware of the things you are not aware of. Come to think of it, God is aware of everything. So tell me, why should I worry myself about something that there's already an answer that has been provided? Why should I stress myself about an answer that I've been given? He's aware of the things you are not aware of, and He can lead you through a better path. Think about it. God can lead us through a better path. He's aware of the things you are not aware of. He knows the things that you cannot see, the things that you cannot undo. He knows it. We've heard this over and over and over again, right? But not everyone acknowledges and leverage the advantage of having God. It is not everybody that leverage it. With God, you have a great advantage. With God, you have a great access. I'm reading a book, not a book, right? It's like a devotional by Femi Luther, L Advantage. And that book just gives you understanding that God is your advantage. So if it's the beginning and the end, it gives you the assurance that I'm in a place, I'm safe in God. So why you need him is you having the understanding that he's the beginning and the ending. And as such, he can lead you through the paths of the journey of life. With God, never forget that you have a great advantage. With God, never forget that you have a great advantage. You have a great access. So if you have someone that knows the beginning, that knows the ending, it means that you can rely on that person to lead you. So tell me, do you believe God? Do you acknowledge God as your beginning and as your ending? Another thing, the reason why we need the G factor in our journey is all knowing. Is all knowing. You know, the things I'm going to be sharing with you are things that you already know, right? But then you've not actually come to acknowledge that these things are what you need in the journey of life. It's just like you ask someone for money, right? And they've sent the money to your account, but then you did not get an alert, they did not send a receipt to you. So you might probably not even know that there's a money sitting in your account. So the same way we have God, but we don't even know that there's an advantage that comes with having him. So the second reason why you need him, right, in your journey is that he's all-knowing. All-knowing means he knows what anyone does not know. He knows what anyone doesn't know. You know, men can know, right? Men have knowledge and all of that, but there's a limit to it. But with God, there's no limit. With God, he's not trying to rack his head and be like, okay, so what is this lady supposed to do next? What is this my daughter supposed to do next? What is this my son supposed to do next? He knows everything. So he's waiting for you to come to that space, you acknowledging it, and you just pouring yourself to him so that he can give you what you need at that moment. And he has the capacity to give you that information. He has the capacity to give you that understanding that you need every time. Every time. And you know, when I say every time, you know, God is God all by himself, right? God is God all by himself. So when I say every time, it's not in your own way. It is in his own way. And that's why Bible makes us to understand that what is understanding, the way it is taught, is higher than our thought. So don't even expect it in your own way, but in his own way. So we've looked at why you should include the G factor. We've looked at you acknowledging the fact, you knowing that is the beginning and the ending, and then knowing that he is all knowing. He knows all things. The next thing is that he leads his own. He leads his own. The G factor leads his own. There's a limit to how someone can direct you. But with God, there's no limit to his direction. Trust me, the person that have traveled thus far in this whole world, right? There's a limit. In fact, I won't believe they've not even gotten to all the old countries in this whole world. No matter, you know, they used to have, oh, this person have gone to so country. I believe there's a limit to that. They don't know some places. But then, God knows everything. He knows everything. He leads his own. So, which means that you need him. Which means that there is a great advantage with him. There's a limit to how someone can direct you, but with God, there's no limit. So why are you stressing yourself? Funny how, right? I feel like you relying on your own is actually you stressing yourself than you not relying on God. You relying on your own, you relying on your own understanding, on your own way, right? Is you stressing yourself out than when you rely on God. Remember I was saying it that you submitting to God, you following God, right, is not a stressor. It is just the right path. It is just the right route for you. The fourth thing that I want to share is that it chastises. So beautiful. We have a Father who does not leave us to ourselves to go on the wrong path. And that's one of, you know, with God is that Father that has a full package. Now, the fifth thing I'm going to be sharing with you, why you should include the G factor in your journey, is that it builds. It builds so beautifully well. His end goal is for you to become what he has in mind for us, for you. He created you. He formed you in his image. So that is an assurance that his desire is for you to become all that is written concerning you. He builds. So remember where it all started from. It's the beginning, it's all knowing, he lays his own, he chastises, and then he wants to build you. He wants to build you. God's building pattern may not really be okay for you, but it is the best you can experience. Trust me, his building pattern might not be okay. The process it's going might not be okay. The way it's going might not be okay. But then it is the best. It is the best for you. And your life is not just one random life. So as such, it has a plan. There is a design. There is a purpose. And when you walk with God, it shapes you into that version of yourself that aligns with his intent. It shapes you into that version. So when you walk with him, it shapes you into that version that he has in mind that aligns with his intent. So tell me, do you not see why you need a G factor in your life? I want you to deliberately begin to acknowledge the fact that there is someone that is interested in my journey. There's someone that is interested in my life. There's someone that is concerned about me, and which is the G factor. Now, quickly, as we wrap this up, how to now lean on the G factor? How to just put yourself on the G factor? You've seen the reason why you need the G factor. Now, how do you now lean on him? The first is for you to acknowledge him. Acknowledge his existence, acknowledge his person, acknowledge his work in you, acknowledge his presence, and acknowledge his capacity that can be at work in you. Acknowledge him. Someone that you don't acknowledge, right, you will not even see the importance of that person. So acknowledge him. And the second is that yield to him. Yielding to God means that it is not your own way, but his own way. Yielding to him is you just saying that, oh, not my own way, oh, not the way I do my things, or not the way I feel like it should go, but the way you think that it should go, the way you know that it should go. Remember I said it that there was just something, and then I realized that, wait, I've not even told God about this thing. I've prayed about it, right? But I've not had that conversation. I feel like there's that part of conversation with God that you should have with him. So, and that is you acknowledging him, and that is in you yielding to him. Even when it is uncomfortable, even when it does not make sense, immediately. This part hits me so well. He said, even when it does not make sense, immediately. When it does not make sense, immediately, still yield to him. Yield to his process. Yield to that thing that he wants you to become. Yield to where the path is taking you through. One thing with God is that in my little time with him, I feel like he shows you the ending, right? But you see that journey of you getting there is just step by step that he'll be revealing it to you. Because if God should even tell you how those processes will be, I feel like we'll totally just turn back. We'll just be like, oh, I'm not going on this journey. But then he just knows how to just take every one of us in that path. So yield to God. In you leaning to the G factor, lean to him. Then communicate with him. Remember I said this earlier too. Communicate with him. Is your most vulnerable space. I normally say this. That is the best place that you can be. You will not be judged. You will not be condemned. You will not feel out of place. The place you can be naked and not ashamed is with God. God, it is with God. That is that space. Is your most vulnerable space. Communication builds your relationship with God, and relationship strengthens guidance. Communication, it builds your relationship with God, and when you have that relationship, it will strengthen how you'll be guided by him. It will hold you up more than ever before. It will hold you up more than ever. Communicate with God. Tell him how you are feeling. Let him know what is going on. See, never take yourself out of you feeling like, what is God thinking if I tell him this? God is thinking that, come, tell me, I'm ready to listen. That is what he's thinking. And the fourth thing is that delight yourself in him. Delight yourself in his word. Delight yourself in his presence. Just make sure that you delight yourself in him so that he can delight in you too. Delight yourself in him. And lastly on this is that do his will as much as it lies in you. Do his will as much as it lies in you. The whole summary of what I'm just trying to tell you in this moment of you listening to this podcast is that you need the G factor in your life. And I've given you the reasons why you need a G factor. And then, so what I first gave to you is that why you should actually buy into this, right? And you buying into it, and I told you that these are the things you need for you to not lay hold on it. I've sold it to you, right? So, but then this is how you cannot get to it. God is way more interested in us than we are in him. Absolutely. Is way more interested in us than we are in him. At every point when we take a step, he has taken multiple steps towards us. So that's why I'm saying that don't even feel like God will not hear me or God is not with me. God is ever ready to hear you. When you look at the pattern of your life, you can tell if you have been in touch with the G factor or not. When you look at the pattern of your life, when you look at your life, when you look at what your life is becoming, you can literally tell if you have been in touch with the G factor or not. But if you have not, today is a day for you to stretch towards him because he's waiting for you. Today is that day. If you have not been in touch with him, today is that day for you to stretch towards him. Engage the G factor and watch how your life begins to align in ways that you don't even imagine. Watch how your life begins to evolve into what he has in mind, into what eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. Neither has he entered into the heart of anyone, because he has something great that he has prepared for you. So I just pray, right, that you're experiencing more in this moment, in this season, and from henceforth, every day of your life, that you begin to see that actually, I need the G factor in my life. I need the G factor in my life. I need God in my life. And he's waiting for you to stretch towards him so that he can also stretch towards you. So I hope this bless you. See you in the next podcast. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share with everyone in your community. And please do well to drop whatsoever you've gotten in this podcast. Thank you, and see you some other time. Bye.